All right, welcome everyone. Good morning, I should say. Probably gonna be a bit shorter live stream today. I got a cold. Got my throat is hurting, so I'm gonna have to save my voice. But yeah, I think you've all seen the news this morning. Well, not the news, but the news from me when I wrote that I've started selling some parts of my Bitcoin holdings. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to top out here. Not at all. I'm just saying that I can't hold it anymore. Like I've been holding this for 2 years, and I'm seeing it's just so close to 100k. I did sell some back here in January, but I gotta sell some more. I feel like I'm up quite a lot, almost 15 hours on this trade. I gotta take some profits, gotta pay myself for holding this for this long. But for you guys who might not have sold, let's take a look at it. And by the way, we got a lot of signals from the RLZ slingshot indicator this morning, so we're going to be taking a look at that in the altcoin market. Actually, let's go to that right now. I do believe that the 4-hour candle did close in the crypto market in just a few minutes ago, so we're going to take a look at that, and then of course we're going to answer the question: should we be selling Bitcoin? Should we be exiting the crypto market? What's up, Asar and Steve Art? Sorry, man. Steve. What's up, Steve? Okay, so we get a long signal on. Let's start with the first one. We get a long signal on Phil. By the way, guys, you know you can get access to this indicator, and I'm also going to be giving away lifetime access to the RLZ slingshot indicator, which is the one you see right here, which is with the alerts and the trading course that goes with it, everything. All you have to do is you go to rlztrading.com and sign up for the technical trading workshop, where you're not only getting the chance to win the lifetime access to the indicator, you're also going to see me explain all my trading, all my systems in great detail over a course of 5 days. You definitely want to check that out, to sign up for that event if you have not already. And if you're in the community right now, and this actually goes for those of you who are not in the community as well, after the Black Week, we're going to be increasing the prices, and that's because I'm introducing a private mentoring aspect of it all. So RLZ exclusive is going to turn into sort of a more of a private mentoring aspect deal, where you get access to the RLZ slingshot indicator and the course that goes with it. You get access to the RLZ method course, pretty much everything, right? But we're also going to do very specific educational private webinars once a week, probably on Zoom, to make sure that only the people within the community can join and can watch it. It's going to be a group call. We're going to have specific educational things every week. So for example, it could be any questions that you have. Maybe you have a trading journal, and I'm going to reach out to Edgewonk. I'm going to try to get a deal with them so that we can get a good deal on Edgewonk, and then you'll be able to share your trading journal directly with me. So I'll have direct access to your trading journal. I can go through your trades, go through your notes, everything, and help you on a more a personal basis. So we're going to be launching this after Black Week, and if you sign up to the current deal that we have right now, you'll be locking in this price. You'll be locking in the current price before we increase prices. And you have a link in the description of this video where I'm giving you 50% discount, and that's also 50% discount on the yearly deal, which means you get about 75% discount on the yearly deal. So it's like, I don't know, how much is it, like $15 a month or something like that, and you'll gain access to everything and future content as well. So that's going to be the last chance that you'll ever be able to get into the RLZ trading community at that low price of somewhere around $15 a month. Currently priced at $49 a month, and we're going to increase it after Black Friday. So this is a deal that you should not sleep on, for sure. Okay, so we got a long signal here on, I believe this is Filecoin, is it not? Yeah, I think so. Oh, so okay, so we got a long signal here on the 4 hour, looking good on the daily as well. I really do like this one right here. Mohammed says, asking, should we be buying USD CHF? Let's take a look at, let's save that question for just a second. I've been taking a look at USD CHF, so I do have some notes on that. Let me just get my little notepad up here so I can take some notes during the live stream. Everything that you ask, everything that we're gonna cover today is basically dictated by you guys. Okay, so anything that you want me to take a look at, any questions that you do have, I'm all here for you guys. I do share my analysis and everything, but mostly I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, USD CHF, we're gonna look at that one. Ahmed says, also take a look at gold. Gold is entering this sell zone. That's absolutely correct. We're gonna take a look at the possible gold sell. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. But first, we're gonna go through the slingshot indicators right and look at that. Oh man, that is a beautiful long signal on the daily on Filecoin. I really wish I pay more attention to this indicator. There's just so much going on right now with my personal life and my business life, and everything is just a lot going on, and sometimes you miss the obvious things, right? The S&P 500 shows a buy signal. Let's take a look at that one as well. SPX buy signal. I'm glad to hear that because I am in long on the S&P 500. Let's take a look at the USD JPY as well. And I'm going to make a poll as well. I want you guys to go to the comment section and answer that poll. And basically saying the Forex crypto. Okay, so I'm asking you guys in the comments, Forex or crypto? Just answer crypto or Forex. Basically what I'm asking is, are you trading Forex or are you trading crypto? Are you more interested in Forex? Are you more interested in crypto? I want to get in, want to get the pulse of the audience here, knowing what you want me to focus on in the live streams going forward. Maybe both, but now I want to know like your main focus. Okay, so that's Filecoin. What I'm going to do here with this one is I'm going to be adding this to the green list. Okay, I like this. Add to the green list. I want to go to the green list here as well, just to make sure that I don't have too many different lists. Where is the green list? Why can I not see the green list? It's right here. Okay, we'll go one. Yeah, one on the green list, which is now Filecoin. Okay, great. We're then going to add this to the main list. Let's go through the alerts again. Ahmed says he's invested in crypto since 2005. Well, crypto did not exist in 2005, but probably 2015 is what you're trying to write. And yeah, I do kind of agree with you. I like crypto from an investing point of view. I did trade a lot of crypto in the past. But now, I got more money with the funding accounts, So I'm making more money with crypto. I mean, with Forex, because I simply have more, more invested in Forex. But I do really like trading crypto though. Okay, so we got something on EOS. Which, looking at the daily, EOS has already moved quite a bit. Filecoin has already moved quite a bit, but you can kind of see how it's like in a high time frame accumulation range right here. We got EOS has moved quite a lot on the bigger time frame right here. Do I like EOS? I kind of like it. It's breaking out, reclaiming what could be accumulation range right here. So we're going to be adding that to the green list as well. Let's continue going through the signal. Wow, look at that sand on the 4 hour. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the daily here as well. That is a beauty. That is a beauty right there. Look at that signal as well. Look at the TPs. TPs agree, is perfect in perfect confluence with that one as well. Look at the previous trades right here from EOS on the signal. Simply beautiful. So sand goes to the green list as well. Let's look at VeChain. VeChain is one of my favorite altcoins. I like it. It has broken above accumulation. The move on VeChain has already happened. We don't like that. Dodge. Holy shit. Do we have a long signal on Dodge? We do. We do have a pretty decent long signal here on Dodge. Do we want to buy Dodge? Like, probably. It made this insane move, and usually I would say no, but I mean, Elon Musk, it's, you know, it's all I have to say. Let's add that to the green list. XRP, the next reserve currency of the world. You know, maybe you believe that, but then I would go and see a doctor if you do believe that. Maybe move into a mental hospital facility. Okay, let's not look at XRP. Okay, so that's the long signals right there in the crypto market. I think we have some good ones. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin now. I wanna kind of like think about the fact that do I think that this is the top for Bitcoin? Absolutely not. I absolutely do not think that this is the top for Bitcoin. Now we can also look at the you know, the halving rallies. You can see that the after the first halving or halving, I'm just gonna say halving, I don't care. So from the halving to the top of that cycle, that's 378 days. From that halving to the top of that cycle, that is 518 days. And I'm gonna look at the average here. I'm gonna see if I can calculate the average here. Okay. So the first one is around 306, let's say 360. Next one is 530. Where's the top? Okay, so okay. It's either 350 or 540. Which one is really the top of the cycle? I think we obviously have to go with this one. So we'll say 530, which is the same as the last cycle. The average is 473. Let's just say 500. Okay, so 500 days from the fourth halving. Where do we have that? It's gonna be right here on 1st September 2025. Going here, right. Gonna save that. And then we also have inauguration here, of course. We're gonna move that down. Man, I really hate when the coffee is getting colder when we're starting to stream. Probably have to take a break to get some more coffee. Okay. So we got the average age to the top after halving. We got the inauguration happening on 20th of January. Let's go back to 2016. Well, of course, you can't go back to 2016. But maybe we can, though. What happened in January? Yeah, that makes no sense. The whole Trump thing back then were negative to crypto, so that makes no sense at all. Yeah, I should get one of those USB cup warmers definitely. Because we got inauguration right here. We want to put it at the bottom. Inauguration, make it smaller. Because my next target for Bitcoin is between 150 and 200, and I would say 160 seems like the most probable target, but I'm gonna put it at exactly. Back then, as Hamid is saying, back then Trump was not pro crypto. I really wonder if he is truly pro crypto now. Or if he's just trying to get people to vote for him, which of course would not be very surprising, seeing as though politics is politics, and that's pretty much what we get. All right. So this is where I believe that the oh man, yeah, I think this is the probable top area for the current cycle of Bitcoin. But there's some fundamental things we have to take into consideration here, right? What is the what's currently happening with the Trump administration? Oh, sorry about that. I have myself muted. Not sure how long I was muted there. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look up who that Alina Haba. Alina Haba, I believe that her name is. She so let me read it out here. As of November the 21st, 2024, President Donald Trump has not officially appointed a dedicated cryptocurrency advisor within the White House. However, reports indicate that Alina Haba, a prominent attorney who has represented Trump in various legal matters, is being considered for a significant role in the administration. Okay, and here it says that there's no public record of her specializing in cryptocurrency law, which there was signs that there was reports of that. I saw on Twitter. And I think it's important that we check the validity of these. I think it's important we check the validity of these reports. So it says right here, Bitcoin Magazine is saying that Trump administration is to consider creating first ever White House crypto rule. Okay, but it's not done. Donald Trump team is holding this. So this is from Bloomberg, and obviously this is man, I don't want to log in. Really, how much is Bloomberg? $1.99 a month. So Bloomberg is it's actually only $1.99 a month. Maybe I should get that. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. I mean, why not? Okay, interesting. Let's see. So they are potentially starting a new crypto role, and this news came out yesterday. Now this is huge. This is some huge news, and we see also, of course, looking at current price on Bitcoin. I think when did the actual news come out? I think it came out. Yeah, I mean it came out, I believe, around the time where. Yeah, I mean this rally might be based on the fact that the White House is thinking about adding a new role for crypto, which kind of leads to the idea that they might actually be working on actually doing something with the promise of adding Bitcoin to the national reserves. And it also says that he has meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, Charles Hosking, and other big names in the crypto industry. Okay, very interesting. We'll see. We'll see. So what I'm trying to get to here, and what I'm trying to say is, by the way, guys, like the video. Make sure you do like the video. And what I'm trying to say here is, I mean, the target that I'm seeing of like Bitcoin going to 150, 200, that's based on analysis. That's based on technical analysis on the most recent price, and not the most recent price, but the price action that we have for Bitcoin from around 2010, 2011, around that time, right? Now, Bitcoin is obviously entering a whole new paradigm shift, right? A whole new like the public is going to have a very different perspective on Bitcoin going forward, especially if the United States are going to add the Bitcoin to the national reserves. Because if that happens, everyone else is just going to follow. Like everyone else is going to follow. Everyone follows, the United States in the financial markets. Just like if the Fed does something, that's a signal to every other central bank in the whole world to do something, you know? So like whatever America does here with Bitcoin, everyone else can follow, and this is going to pile in. And then at that point, we might actually break the logarithmic regression that we're seeing right here, with this red line being the resistance. And we might enter a new phase of Bitcoin, right? Which is going to be quite amazing. So we might actually move above this level right here and enter a whole new, as people like to call it, a super cycle. And at that point, it's, I mean, if you look at the weekly, maybe, you know, we'll start to see moves like this, where it really, you know, breaks out. And I mean, going to, let's go to the, that's on the log chart, but now we're looking at the, what is it called? The arithmetic chart, which gives this a whole nother perspective, right? So we might see a strong push to the upside here. And we might see some really insane moves, like maybe 500,000, maybe even 1 million per Bitcoin, right? So that's one of the reasons why I'm probably going to be holding on to some of my bags, even when taking most of my profits up here. I'm probably going to be holding on to some in case that actually happens. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. That's the overall idea on Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at USD/CHF, and let me know if you do have any other things you want me to take a look at. But now we're going to be taking a look at USD/CHF, and after this we're going to be looking at some of the altcoins that I've added as well. Okay, looking at the daily here for USD/CHF, we got a on the daily we might very well see a pullback down to a retrace or a throwback. I think the correct word to use is a throwback. Because a retracement, you know, a retracement can happen in an uptrend and a downtrend, but when you have a move to the upside and it goes down, that's a throwback. And when it goes down and then it retraces up, that's a pullback. I think that's the right, you know, words, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so on the daily, it does look like we might have, you know, a reason to move lower, especially if you add that level right there on the daily 20 EMA confluent with the range EQ. I mean, it looks quite likely. And then if you go to the 4-hour, we are kind of holding some type of support right here. We are, of course, seeing some dollar weakness coming in here. It's quite evident that we're seeing dollar weakness. Means my Euro USD long might be doing somewhat good. Probably not. It's probably looking quite bad. I de-risked a little bit on Euro USD yesterday because I did see a lot of selling pressure coming in. But on our USD/CHF here, of course, we can see a possible double bottom forming here on the 4-hour, and that's what I'm watching on USD/CHF to potentially add a long position here. But that's, of course, based only on the fact that if dollar strength comes in, then that kind of makes sense, right? But other than that, it looks like we have a potential break of structure, which adds to the idea of seeing the dollar currency index topping out here. But we are, of course, seeing the dollar currency index forming a range up here, and we now reclaim the range EQ. And if we start moving higher, the dollar might actually break out. We are seeing some strong dollar strength right here. Let's look at the other times where the dollar has been testing this resistance area, how it reacted to that. You're already in a USD CHF long. Well, if you're asking me if you should hold the trade open or not, you know, you gotta ask yourself, why did you enter the trade? Ask yourself, what's your plan? Why did you enter the trade? Is the idea invalidated? Is your bias invalidated? If it's not invalidated, then hold the trade. I can't really help you with that. But what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing signs that dollar strength is coming back. We might see a move to the upside. Going back to USD CHF, it looks like it's potentially breaking the trend, and if it breaks the trend, it's probably going to come down and test that 87.7, 87.8 area. So I saw that you sent a message asking who's writing me, and then it got removed, probably because you posted something that got removed by YouTube. But if you're getting messages within the RSZ slingshot, the RSZ trading community, I'm not. That's not me. Okay, there's scammers in the server. There's scammers all over the place. You're so make sure that if you're getting messages from anyone in the server, it's most likely not me. And a lot of times I can't see them because I'm they're blocked me. So yeah. So yeah, on USD CHF, I've closed the trade on USD CHF. I'm not long USD CHF anymore because, well, I mean it does look from a technical point of view, especially on the daily, it does look good. And if you go to the weekly, it kind of looks like but if I would long this now, I would have my stop loss down below at like 87.4. Yeah, I know they're offering people copy trading, and it's fake. Obviously, of course it's fake. If it's too good to be true, then it's fake. If someone's offering you money for free to not do anything, yeah, it's fake. I'm not gonna DM you guys, okay? I'm not gonna DM you guys. I will always ask you to DM me. That's the thing. I will always ask you to DM me before I send out any DMs, and you have to confirm within the community as well. Let me do a post. Like, you don't even have to check the username. Just use common sense, okay, guys? Just use common sense. If someone's sending you a message on Discord saying like, oh, all you have to do is send me 1K in Bitcoin and then you'll make free money. Like, yeah, this is not gonna happen. It never happens. If it does happen, they're trying to steal your money. And unfortunately, it happens all the time. I've had people within the community that got scammed, and there's unfortunately not a lot I can do about that. All I can say is, if you don't have the work to make the money, you're being scammed. Okay, let's go on here. Move on. Yeah, maybe you can report to Discord. You can try that, but I don't think it's gonna help. Let's go to Euro USD. I took it short on GBP CAD this morning, by the way, when it broke down. I mean, decent profit on that one. But this is the long on Euro USD. Now I'm playing against. I don't know if you guys remember, but one of my basic ideas from the beginning of, I believe the beginning of this month, or yeah, the beginning of this month was to see continued dollar strength. So I'm basically trading against that idea, you know. But I do really like what I'm seeing right here on EU, and given also the seasonality pattern that we have on EU, we do have a lot of new people coming in here. By the way, guys, make sure that you, if you're not in the Discord community, at least make sure that you do join the Telegram channel, which is on the screen and in the comment section as well. Make sure you go into the Telegram and join that one as well, where you get all my daily updates, because sometimes I do post on Twitter as well, but Twitter is just all over the place. It's difficult to keep track of everything that's being posted on Twitter. Telegram is like my little home when it comes to analysis. That's where I share all my thought process, all my trades, like everything I do in the market is in that Telegram. It's completely free. Go in there, join. If you're in the Discord, everything gets forwarded from that Telegram into channel and Discord as well. So Discord is a great place if you want to join the community, you want to discuss these ideas, and you want to ask me questions on these ideas directly, then that's the Discord. But if you don't want anything to do with me, you want the analysis, you go to Telegram. All right. So again, Euro USD goes against my idea of seeing a correlation between the S&P 500 and the dollar currency index between the elections and inauguration, which we have the elections in 2016 below, and then we have the inauguration in 2016 here as well. And as you can see, between the date of the elections in 2016 to inauguration, we did see a positive correlation between the dollar currency index and the S&P 500, which basically means there's dollar strength and risk on at the same time, which doesn't really happen very often, but it's happening now. And that's one of the ideas that I initially started trading on in the beginning of the month, which made me quite a lot of money. So I'm happy that I followed that one. Now, however, I'm kind of trading against that idea by going long Euro USD, because I'm also trading, because I feel like it's more probable that we see the dollar currency index putting in a top here at the top of this range, where it has usually been putting in a top. But with Trump coming in and the tariffs and everything, there is a possibility that the dollar currency index will break out here. Now, we can also see this as potentially a fake out. You see, we've had fake outs here for the first time testing this level. We did have a fake out here. We did have another fake out here before breaking down. So it's still very possible. Now, of course, looking at this and looking at the fact that I'm so close to well, not super close, but I'm quite close to getting stopped out here on Euro USD. Look at the 4 hour. Well, we're still trading comfortably in this range, and I do have my stop loss well below the range lows here for Euro USD. And if we do come up and reclaim this level, I will be adding to this position. Let's go to USD JPY. That's a trade that I am in currently as well, and it's not looking good. We obviously see dollar weakness. Yeah, USD JPY is not looking good at all. What do we have going on here? On tomorrow, we have inflation rate coming out for the Japanese yen. We are seeing a push to the downside here on USD JPY. Let me see, what's my positions on that one? Okay, so what I'm going to do here on USD JPY is I'm going to be de-risking slightly here on one of the positions. Let me see. Okay, we're probably going to see a bounce here. Moving quite aggressively to the downside. Okay, I'm gonna be selling. Yeah, I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna exit parts of that position. So I'm selling. I'm basically selling this position here, the second position. I'm selling that one to de-risk on USDJPY. Then I'm probably gonna exit this one when the loss of this one gets recovered for a break-even trade on that one. Because now I don't like the structure. On the daily, however, it I think no, on the daily it not doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Yeah, that's USDJPY. Let me know if you do have any other questions or anything else that you want me to look at. We're gonna look at GBP CAD. That's a trade I entered this morning with the break to the downside. You can see we're now breaking down. Let me see, where do I have my entry for this one? I got it at 76659. 76659. This is my entry on GBP CAD, and that is my stop loss. And my TP for this one is going to be based on the weekly, most likely. So it's going to be down here, I believe. Yep, we're going to look at gold and S&P 500 as well. Now, looking at the weekly here, we want to look at the... I want to quickly take a look at the seasonality pattern of GBP CAD. Let me just log in here. What's cool about these live streams when I can look at the seasonality data is also, you know, the fact that I'm paying about $50 for this a month, and you can just ask me to look at the seasonality pattern for you guys, and you don't have to pay anything for it. Yeah, this is the seasonality pattern right here. And as you can see, GBP CAD for the last 24 years does not coincide with the idea. But technically, it looks really, really good. And if you look at the weekly here, it really looks like it wants to break down. I want to look at on the monthly. Like, that's such a good level right here on the monthly. Like, from a technical perspective here on GBP CAD, looking at that one on the monthly is just beautiful. Weekly, yeah, it aligns very nicely with a weekly breakout level as well. And on the daily, it's going to be on that low. Yeah, I think this is going to be my profit target area right here. But it's a big move. We're talking about a 230 to 250 pip move to the downside. But this is a proper breakdown. I mean, it's breaking the whole trend. This is not something that we see every day. And of course, I'm going to be adding to this trade on the way down. Get the 4-hour candle closing in about 1 hour 30 minutes, and then of course tomorrow we also have the retail sales coming out. No, this tomorrow morning. That might push price lower as well, or push price higher for better entry. Here. Okay, so there's a TP set on GBP CAD. I have multiple positions open on that one, so I might as well sell parts of that on the way down. So currently I have one position open on your USD. The stop loss is in a decent area below the range. Just like, yeah, I can't look at Euro USD too much, because like this is a long-term trade. This is a proper breakdown on GBP CAD. I'm really liking this, and it just seems to continue, you know. You know, sometimes you get moves like this where you have a breakout and then you buy the breakout and you think it's going to retest, but it just continues and it never comes down and retests that level. But it retests the level above. So what I'm planning to do on GBP CAD is I'm basically planning on adding to this position. And I mean, considering the risk that I have now and the stop loss that I have all the way up here, and the momentum that I'm getting, you know, a move like this means I can move stops here and add a new position down here with that stop loss. So if price moves up here, I'll make small profits on these two positions, and I'll add the distance between, you know, I'll remove the money that I made on this distance to this trade. So if this trade moves up here, hits that stop loss, I'm not going to lose more money than if price would have hit all the way up here. But I'll be making almost double the amount of money if price moves down. I'm in a good position on that one. Now let's take a look at gold. Also, I'm working on setting up a new watch list here, so I might as well do that together with you guys. So as you can see right here down at the very low of this, so I have right now been categorizing up the different forex pairs. You're starting with the ones where the The base pair is USD, and then we have Euro, GBP, AD, NCD, CAD, and then we have all the JPY pairs together here at the bottom. And then we have started adding the US indices right here, which is the S&P 500, the US 30, which is also, you know, the Dow Jones Industrial Index or Dow Jones Industrial Average, and then you have the NAS 100 here, the NASDAQ. And what I want to add as well is the I'm going to look at the Russell 2000. I'm going to be adding that as well, which I believe is it US 2000? I think it is. Do we have that one on Oanda? I'm not sure honestly why I'm always going with Oanda, but I well, we can go with forex.com. I believe that's the forex.com one. Pepperstone. I like Pepperstone as well. Go with Pepperstone for that one. And then I want the Russell 3000 as well. Maybe, I don't know what the ticker is on that one. Is it? That's the US small cap 3000 index. With that one. Yep. Okay. And then we want to be adding, gonna be adding the European ones as well. So let's start with the Euro 50. Okay. And we'll do let's do the FTSE, that's UK 100, I believe. And then we have the DAX, of course, which is it German 40? Yep. What if I do DAX? Where is DAX? DAX index, not as a German 40. Let's look at the OMX as well. Okay, so we'll add one here, section called Europe. Then I'll be adding the other ones later, but we're going to be adding the commodities. I'll be sharing this list with all of you because I'm going to be adding things like this, where we have the yield spread. This is the yield spread between the 10-year German Bund versus the 10-year US 10-year and this is the yield spread between them. So it's a synthetic chart. It doesn't exist, but if you combine two different charts against each other, you'll see the difference, and that is the yield spread on. And then if you add the Euro USD, you can of course see that there's a very clear correlation between these two. Interestingly enough, the yield spread is pointing upwards. So we might see, and you see that they follow each other very, very well here, you know. Tops and bottoms happen very close to each other. But here you see that the yield spread is actually moving higher, and Euro USD is lagging behind. So this could be one of the so I'm going to be adding all of these different charts, like fundamental analysis charts, to this watch list as well. Then within the Discord community and the Telegram, I'll be sharing this as well, and I'll be going through, you know, how I use that type of analysis as well next week. So make sure that you are signed up for that event that we got going on. Got the link in the description. So for commodities, obviously we're going to be adding gold first, and then we have silver. What else type of commodities do we want to look at? Well, we want to look at oil, okay? And for that, I want to be looking at VTI crude, which is the West Texas Intermediate, which is the US oil. And I think it's US oil. Yeah, let's go with US oil. And we got natural gas as well, which is nat gas, I believe. So we got natural gas here on Oanda. And then of course we have things like coal, copper, things like that we want to take a look at as well. We want to look at platinum. Like Ahmed is saying in the chat, we'll look at platinum. Not sure which one is the best one to use here. Let's take a look at Oanda, the Oanda chart here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go here. So what I do is I want to go out to the daily. I want to make sure that there's just not wicks all over the place. There's just not too many gaps. But it looks like this is has enough liquidity on Oanda to be able to chart. So what else do we want to add here? Let's add copper. What about the copper futures? Do we want to look at the copper futures? Maybe we do. Let's take a look at what the futures market look like. Yeah, I like that. So that's the copper futures. I want to be tracking coffee as well, because I love coffee. I gotta care about that. Let's look at the coffee futures. Yep. I just had a mail. You know, I just had a mail from one of my coffee suppliers, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Jonathan, but we have to increase the prices of your orders." You know, like, you know, I'm paying such an insane amount of money for those orders, and now they want to increase the price, which I understand, you know, because it broke 280 level right here. I guess I gotta pay a big price for coffee. We're at the highs. We haven't seen these highs since. And looking at the price of coffee though, is it time to short? We're not up in these areas for long. Yeah, we're probably gonna short coffee. I'm just gonna see where I can actually short it. Let's take a look at orange juice. I don't know if you guys know about orange juice, but you know, look at this. This is insane. Okay, so orange juice cash, orange juice versus US dollar, or frozen concentrated orange juice A futures. Yeah, look at that. This is the weekly chart. Like, what happened here? What happened there? What happened? Like, why is frozen concentrated orange juice? Why is the futures market for that just absolutely going insane? Like, this is the chart of Bitcoin. What the fuck is happening with oranges? Like, oranges, orange man comes into office, orange coin goes to the moon. There's too many coincidences here. 450% since 2020. That's the same amount that Bitcoin has moved in this time. The orange juice futures market has moved the same fucking amount as Bitcoin has. Like, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. Look at this. We got Bitcoin right here. Well, soon we have Bitcoin. It's loading. Not even Bitcoin can stand this chart. Crazy. Okay, look at that. Okay, this is the low on Bitcoin. So okay, this is Bitcoin put on let's do percentage. Wow. Wow. So since 2019, orange juice futures has just been in a solid rocket ship to the moon, basically, while Bitcoin has experienced 2 bull markets and 1 bear market, and the orange juice futures has just completely, absolutely just went straight up to the upside. So a lot of people are talking about, like, oh, you know what, like, I hold Bitcoin, but the true flex in today's market is trading orange futures to the upside since 2019. I gotta remember to, like, make a post about that, because that's just, people don't realize how insanely absurd that is. Okay, but okay, so we kind of have to, obviously I have to add orange juice to the watch list. Guess we got commodities here. We're gonna add a section. Now we can finally look at gold. Coffee and orange juice. Wow. Okay, I gotta stop looking at orange juice. All right, gold. gold is now coming into the area where Saul in yesterday's live stream at the Fiverr, Saul talked about this potentially being the area where he would be looking for a potential short position, which I kind of agree with that. This is a good position if we view, you know, this area as one move, then we can clearly see here that we are inside the short reload zone on gold right now. We're hitting the tops of the short reload zone, so somewhere around this area I do believe that we do actually could potentially see a top being put in. So I'm going to be putting some alerts here on gold. Okay, so let's take a closer look at gold here. And if we add a fib from that very high to this very low, and we only add the 50, see that we have the 50% right here going straight through the lower time frame reload zone. If we go to the weekly, we obviously then see that this is one move on the weekly. If we do add back the 0.618, see that the 0.618 is right above. So this is a really good area for gold to potentially, it's a really good short opportunity for gold if this is the break of the trend, right? Definitely something to keep an eye on. It's a possible long-term play on gold. Let's take a quick look at the seasonality pattern on gold. Yeah, okay. Okay, so for the last 56 years, December has been very bullish. Like all month is just bullish for gold, obviously. It's like Bitcoin. Last 56 years, December has been bullish. 25 years, December bullish. 15 years, December not very bullish, but kind of bullish. 10 years, December bullish. 5 years, December bullish. So looking at the seasonality pattern here, gold is, you know, let's look at CHF-JPY. Okay, so CHF-JPY is moving quite aggressively to the downside right here. I have to look at USD-JPY because I do have the position open. Okay, it's completely breaking down now. This is not what I want to see. I'm gonna be closing that USD-JPY trade right now. Okay, so I'm closing that USD-JPY trade. Yes, it might bounce down here, but then you look at the whole structure. This is obviously not what I want to see. The JPY pairs are all falling quite aggressively, as you can see right here. So I'm getting out of that one right here. And then if you look at USD CHF, what is happening on USD CHF? Let's take a look. Moving lower. Let's go to the dollar currency index. Actually, let's look at the S&P 500. We were going to look at that one right there as well. Oh, wait, we're still on browser. Okay. CHF JPY. You know, guys, I've been live now for over an hour. I gotta take a break. I gotta get some coffee. While I do that, Yeah, I'm gonna be back in a minute. So let me just change some things here. That's the wrong one. What am I doing? Oh, look at that. I can move it around live. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do 5 minutes. Like that. Right. See you guys in a bit. Actually, guys, you know what? Let's do 10 minutes. Gotta get some coffee. All right, let's do this. Let's see what we get. Let's run this video, by the way. Let's see if I can I run this video? Let's see if I can run it. That the desktop audio? Okay, let's do this. If you haven't watched the video already, let's take a look at it. And then I want you to go to rlsettrading.com. Sign up. Join the technical trading workshop. Welcome traders, Black Week is here and I couldn't be more excited to bring you the ultimate opportunity to become a profitable trader. I'm Jonathan Andin, and whether you're just starting your trading journey or if you're a seasoned trader, this week is packed with something for everyone. Plus, we have some exclusive giveaways and special Black Friday deals that you do not want to miss. Starting this Monday, November the 25th, I'll be hosting the Technical Trading Workshop, a 5-day live event that is all about giving you the tools, the strategies, and the mindset to succeed in today's market. Day 1 kicks off with the foundational skills that you will need to understand my unique trading systems, from the essential of technical analysis to the strategies that I will be using daily. It's all about building a strong base. On Tuesday, we will dive into the RLZ method, which is my signature trading system. I will show you how to set it up, identify key indicators, and execute the trades with confidence. Plus, you'll see live examples that bring this strategy to life. And then on Wednesday, I will be unveiling the RLZ Reversal, a brand new system that I've never shared before. This session is going to be packed with insights and actionable setups to expand your trading toolkit. Thursday is all about combining everything that we've learned. I'll also share tips on trading psychology and my personal routines that help me stay consistent and focused. And finally, on Friday, we'll wrap everything up with a live trading session and an exciting announcement. Our new private mentoring program. This program is your chance to get personalized guidance, weekly mentoring calls, and in-depth personal reviews of your trading setups. Plus, we'll have more exclusive giveaways and special Black Friday deals that you do not want to miss. If you are truly ready to take that next step, join the event for free now. All you have to do is sign up with your email below and follow our social links. See you at the workshop. All right, listen to this. Listen. Coffee. Right. Join me on Monday for some coffee live trading. Oh, I'm getting tired. Okay, so let's take a look at what are we looking at? Let's take a look at the S&P 500 and of course anything else that you want us to take a look at. What's up, Henry? How's it going? This is good. It's good. You know, I've always thought that, I like my coffee black. I like my coffee, strong and black. But then I found out about this lightly roasted coffee, where it's like just lightly roasted coffee. And now I'm drinking coffee that's like super weak, almost like something kids would drink, but it tastes so good. Like, it tastes so good. It's like amazing. Coffee from Ethiopia is lightly roasted coffee from Ethiopia, and then you want them to, like, when they pick the beans, you want the beans to be like dried naturally and fermented as well, fermented and dried naturally, like sun dried, not processed at all. And I actually ordered that coffee directly from Ethiopia, and then I roasted myself at home. And now, obviously, looking at the price of coffee, it's no wonder why it's so incredibly expensive. Like, looking at this chart, I now understand why I have to pay such a ridiculous amount for this. I mean, what's the weekly increase here? Well, let's look at the last 3 weeks. 22%. 22%. Oh. I'm glad I sold some Bitcoin, because I wouldn't be able to I can't afford this anymore. Okay, let's look at Euro USD. What's happening with Euro USD? Well, okay, what's going on? Testing the lows again. Looks like we're gonna break down. So this means that the dollar currency index is also about to move higher, most likely. We're gonna take a look at that one. Sucks. Well, not really, because it is in line with my overall idea. We're gonna add the dollar currency index here. Where are we gonna be adding? Where are we gonna add the dollar currency index? So probably up here, right? USD. Probably at at the US indices. Let's just put it right there. So right now it does look like, and this is the wrong one. I want to have the dollar currency index on is it capital.com? Yeah. We're seeing a strong move here on the dollar currency index. We reclaim the range EQ here. Does look like we want to start moving higher. Potentially. Do have my alert above the right above the wicks right here. Because if the dollar currency index breaks out here, that means I'll be stopped out on my Euro USD long. But I'm also going to be shorting the hell out of Euro USD to join this breakout. Let's take a look at Euro GBP. This is the long position I have open on Euro GBP. And the whole idea here is this is a seasonality play. I can show you that. So this is basically Euro GBP seasonality. And as you can see here, around the beginning of, well, at the beginning of December, this is for the last 38 years. Beginning of December has seen, we've seen quite bullish price action. The problem though with this is the closer you come to current date when looking at analysis throughout the years, so look at 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years, the closer you come to current date, the weaker this becomes, which means that it might be shifting. Maybe there's more bias of this idea to way back, right? In the beginning, the beginning of the Euro currency days. You gotta keep that in mind. But then, we look at the overall structure here. Euro GBP is currently at a high time frame support. It has not traded below this level since the summer of 2016. Well, actually here in 2022, but there's a big chance of seeing a bounce around these areas, and then that aligns also with the seasonality pattern as well. This is a seasonality play where I got my stop loss down here. This is a small position. This is a small position. I'm going to be adding to this position the more the trade starts confirming. So currently, because I closed the USD JPY, I'm currently in a long on Euro GBP, short long on Euro GBP, long on Euro USD, short on GBP CAD. I'm actually going to de-risk it slightly here. So the position that I did buy here on Euro GBP, so I have one position here, one position here, one position here. The position that I've entered here, I'm just going to de-risk on that one. So I'm going to sell that position, because obviously now we're seeing a way different structure here in the 4 hour. The daily did have a nice bounce here, but then looks like we're losing that level. So I am going to de-risk a little bit on Euro GBP. I'm going to be adding that back once we have more confirmation of this move. You gotta understand, as traders, as investors, time is one of our biggest enemies, right? The longer we stay in a trade, the higher the risk is. That's one of the dangers of swing trading, or that's one of the most problematic things of swing trading, I would say, is the timing aspect, because there's so many things that can happen in the span of a month. But if you're a day trader and you're getting in and out of positions within a day, or maybe within a couple of hours, you're not really in a huge risk of fundamentals, macroeconomic factors when you're day trading. And then obviously you might just be trading based on technicals in that sense. But for me, I'm trading a bias here, a long-term bias, a seasonality pattern that's going to play out in a month on Euro GBP, right? Okay, so this is a great opportunity to sell this position at break even. De-risking on that one. Then if we start moving higher from this level, especially if we reclaim that level, that's obviously when we want to start looking at adding to this position. It's important to remember though that we have retail sales tomorrow morning for GBP, and then we have the manufacturing the manufacturing PMI for basically the whole euro area, which is going to be very, very important. I'm actually one of the ideas here is playing long euro, because I think that the manufacturing numbers will actually come in and surprise people, pull euro higher. Right, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Had like quickly turned off the camera so that you guys wouldn't see me look all super retarded when sneezing. And I also kind of did bump into my mic a little bit when doing it, so. Okay, exciting. Exciting life of a trader is looking at price action, not doing anything. Okay, so I also have a position open on the S&P 500. There's a good comment here saying that I'm focused on seasonality after meeting with Anastasia. So I've been looking at seasonality for quite a long time. It's not only Anastasia that does it. It did influence me to look at those kind of things, but the seasonality effect is very strong, and I've been adding more focus on fundamental analysis for perhaps for the last 6 months or so. So this play is not only based on the seasonality aspect, but the seasonality aspect for Euro GBP does add a level of confidence. So the general idea here for going long the Euro and short the GBP is because I believe that the UK economy is eventually going to do worse than the European economy in the next couple of months, I believe, with the new government in the UK. And most of the weakness that we see from the euro comes from Germany, and it comes from the manufacturing sector in Germany, and everyone's expecting this to continue to the downside. But I'm expecting the manufacturing numbers to come out of the eurozone, especially Germany, to perhaps surprise people with a positive number. And I do believe that this will lead to a generally stronger euro compared to the British pound. Now, if we see continuation of the euro weakness, then I'll be playing that euro weakness against the strength of the dollar, which is a short on euro USD. So if we see euro USD being stopped out, let me just add euro USD here on the window. So if we see euro USD weakness coming in and basically stopping me out here and dollar weakness, I will then go short. I'll be stopped out on the euro GBP as well, and I'll be going short the euro dollar. And that trade is going to be something like this. That's going to be the short on the euro. And if you look at the monthly chart here, we do see that the 0.618 of the long reload zone comes in perfectly on that wick right here. And to comment on the seasonality effect, it has a massive effect. It's actually very, very important that we understand the seasonality effects of the markets when swing trading. When day trading, not as much, but when swing trading, it has an insane level of ability to add confidence to a long-term idea. For example, there's certain assets out there where if you go long in December, you have a 100% win rate. So, I mean, for the last 58 years, going long in December on like Euro USD has, I believe, almost a 100% win rate. So to say that seasonality doesn't matter, it doesn't matter as much. It's quite a big edge to have as a technical swing trader. Now, of course, everything can change, and you have to look at what's different now than last year. And obviously, what's different now is Trump, and what's different now till last time Trump was in office was he has more experience now, and he's probably going to be adding tariffs in a more controlled way where it might not affect inflation as much. So you have to take that into consideration, but it's a really big edge to have. So those are the only positions I have open right now on the Fivers, and which is also copied over to my personal account. The trade that I have open on the S&P 500 is not. It's on my personal account. It's not with the Fivers. Because when trading the S&P 500 on the Fivers, the commissions, the spreads are, and especially the weekend swaps are just not favorable for swing trading. But looking at the S&P 500, I do like what I'm seeing right here. Okay, let's look at Nvidia. Because we did have Nvidia earnings coming out yesterday. We're currently seeing, I mean, I wonder if I can add, I can't remember how I add the pre-market trading data. Can I add that in TradingView? And I'm not trading stocks, so I don't really care about that. Right, there we go. Here you have, you can look to regular trading sessions, and that will obviously create gaps, but then you add the extended trading hours, and you'll see the pre-post trading, all of that. So the earnings for Nvidia came out yesterday evening, right? And what's interesting here is the earnings report didn't miss the earnings report. It came out. It did come out. It did beat expectations, right? But it didn't beat the high mark for the expectations. And one issue was with Nvidia. One issue was the fact that the new chip, there was some issues or some potential issues with the new chip and the heating for that new chip, but it seems that, you know, the CEO Jensen came out and said that this new Blackwell chip is in production, and they're producing the chip without any major problems from what I can see. So this dip right here that we're seeing right now pre-market is probably going to be short-lived. We're probably going to come up, and that's a pre-market down here at support. We're probably going to come higher. We're probably going to recover that move. It's probably going to continue breaking into new all-time highs because there's no major issues with the Nvidia. So and of course Nvidia is like 7 or 8% of the whole S&P 500. It's the most valuable company in the history of America, I believe. It's just insane valuations, right? So with that, I do believe that when the markets open later today in America and people start trading the earnings report, I do think that the Nvidia will recover and the S&P 500 will recover as well. I really do hope so, because I do have a big fat position open on the S&P 500 right here. It's like, I think I'm risking like 15% of my whole portfolio on this one. My personal trading portfolio. If you've got 10 to 15% of your trading capital on a trade like this, I would say is not good risk management. Not good risk management. I would not recommend anyone to do that, but I have conviction in this one, and I am managing my risk accordingly. I am in profit. This is my entry right here. I got my stop loss, below these lows. I do have a fairly good risk management plan for this one. But if it gets stopped out, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt. My idea is hopefully to close this one before it goes into a loss. I kind of need that, On the flip side, if I'm able to, if this hits TP, I'll make about 60% profit on my whole account, which is a huge amount of profit for me. I made 10% on the personal account in November, but I've also had a lot of losing months throughout the year. So I'm up, like this year, started trading that account in the beginning of the summer. So this year I'm up like only 6 or 7%. So it's like, it's not, I haven't made a lot of money on that one, but it is what it is. The biggest problem is think the biggest problem is some of the there's been a lot of issues with my copy trading platform this year. Some of the trades I've taken, especially on gold, the lot sizes on gold have been too big, which means the losses on some of the trades I've taken on gold has been too big. So I don't trade gold anymore on Oanda on my personal account because it just the slippage and the spreads, it's just I'm losing too much money. So I lost quite a lot on gold on a few gold trades, and then many of my winners have simply not been copied over to my private account. So it's been an issue with the copy trading platform. I've talked to them, and hopefully I've that is managed now. Okay, so I am getting some news coming out that Russia has fired missiles. Let me take a look at that. I don't know if you saw that, guys, but my screen just went black. Weird. Maybe they're listening. Definitely listening. Right, okay, so Russia fired intercontinental ballistic missiles as part of an overnight attack. Okay, so that happens. It's nothing new. It happened over the night. Ukraine Air Force announces ballistic missile attack alert. Kremlin says this morning that a Storm Shadow attack by Ukraine using UK missiles is a new escalation. And Russia says that we have shot down 2 Storm Shadow missiles. You know, yen, the dollar yen is usually a safe haven asset, so go to the dollar yen here. What you'll see is, when was the news released that Russia fired missiles? Around 8:30 in the morning. Which is around this time. You can see the reaction and the selling pressure that we had coming into that. So obviously, based on that event, we're now seeing a retrace of that. And look at the S&P 500. Go to 830. I swear it's like they really want to tank the market. It's like they really don't want the S&P 500 to go higher. It's like, you know, it's just insane. Like we had Ukraine shooting rockets here, and then we had I believe Ukraine shooting the UK rockets here, and now Russia is shooting rockets here. It's like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, you're not getting that breakout. RZ Trading is having a live stream. We see that he's long the S&P 500. Yeah, you're not getting that breakout. We're gonna shoot some rockets. But nuts. But S&P 500 is obviously covering here. Ukraine's not gonna stop though. I just hope they can let it breathe for a couple of days. Just let me just, reclaim this level before you start going crazy again. But look at the slingshot indicator long signal here on the S&P 500. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, you can get access to this one for a very small fee. Think about with the 50% discount used on the yearly plan. I think you can get this for like somewhere between $10 and $15 a month, I believe. It's like a 75% discount. And you'll also be able to win lifetime access to this indicator if you sign up for the event, which is on rlztrading.com. Beautiful long signal on that one right there. Yes, we do have the 4-hour candle closing on the S&P 500 in about 5 minutes, and in the Forex market, we should have the Forex in the Forex market. Yeah, it's the same, right? Yep, 5-minute close. Wow, look at that. Look at the break and retest of that ascending triangle on GBP AUD. That's pretty cool. Okay, GBP CAD. Did it come up? Did it retest that level? Okay, it's coming back up now. Looking at the 4-hour. The 4 is going to close in 4 minutes. There's no way this is going to close as a bullish candle, right? So I do believe that we are seeing confirmation of a breakout right here. Now, looking at the 15-minute. Yep, I would love to see a swing point being put in here. Something like that. If I see that, I'll be adding to this position. Euro GBP is probably moving lower. Yep, it is. There's definitely Euro weakness here, so I'm glad that I did close parts of that position out. What's your USD doing? Take a look. Wow, okay, Euro USD is at the range lows right here. It's kind of like the make it or break it moment for Euro USD here. Either I get stopped out and I flip short, or this is the low and the dollar currency index finds its high time frame resistance right here. Very interesting to see what happens with the dollar right here. Look at Bitcoin. 97.6. Wow, look at that. Look at the 1 hour. This reminds me of 2017. The quicker we go up, the more unsustainable the move is. But it seems Bitcoin just doesn't care about general rules of technical analysis. It just doesn't care. Like, we got breakout after breakout after breakout. This breakout never got retested. That breakout never got retested. That breakout never got retested. This breakout is probably never got retested either. It's crazy. Looks like we're gonna get another breakout here. You know what we can do? We might be able to do a breakout trade here. Because when Bitcoin breaks into new all-time high and there's momentum behind it, there's a strong move to the upside. So looking at this, we can for those of you who want to trade a breakout up to 100,000, which is only 2%, which is only obviously 2% below current price, which is, to me, it's just insane. And this is 1.6, so now I'm not going to do that. But I mean, it does look like we had that breakout, we recovered here. If we break this low, like if we have a move like this, then obviously we want to be buying down here, but I don't think we're going to get that move before 100. We're probably going to get a move to 100 before we go back down to 95. Most likely. By the way, guys, tomorrow we're gonna have a live stream with Dirk. Okay, so the 1 hour candle is closed here. It's 4 hour candle closed as well. No, so the 1 hour candle is closed, and we are getting the. Looks like we're getting a breakout, and I think this might be the move to 100k on Bitcoin, which is simply just insane. 4 hour candle closed on the S&P 500. Let's take a look at that one. Well, decent. Do we have any long signals on the slingshot indicator? Let's take a look at that one. Get a short on UK 100, not really a good signal. Short signal on Euro GBP, also not really a good signal, even though that's a strong bearish candle. Gold continues higher. All right, it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this develops. What is Euro USD doing? It's right at the very lows right here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a small position here. I'm going to add a small position here so that I can close this one up here. Yeah, I'm going to take a range trade here on Euro USD as a way of managing the risk. So I'll tell you what I do. I'll enter here, same stop loss, TP up here, which is 2.4R or 2.5R. So I'll enter a small position, but if this one hits profit, it's going to give me the same amount of money that I'm risking on this trade, which means it becomes a break-even trade. And if it hits stop loss, it's just a small additional loss. Okay. Go to Euro USD. Same stop loss. Okay, what's the TP? TP is going to be the entry of this one. Yeah, Ping, I do believe that 90% of traders fail. It's probably higher. It's probably 90, like 95, 97% of traders fail. Okay, so I've added a small position here on your USD. This is the trade on your USD. Same stop loss. And TP is up here. So now what I've done is I've risked the amount that if price moves up here, I'll be making the same amount of profit that I'm risking on the first idea. Which means if price moves up the entry, hits that TP, then price can move all the way down to stop loss of the first trade, and I'll be at break even. And then I'll start adding to the... Do you trade? Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And then of course, if stop loss gets hit, then I'll look for a retest of this area to go short, because then dollar strength is going to come in and we're going to have some, most likely some insane moves. USD CHF is finding support right here. USD CHF is finding very good support right here. We have a higher low right here on USD CHF. This looks very good. Okay, this looks very good. So for those of you who were asking about USD CHF earlier today, this is actually a really good area. And you guys remember that I'm bullish on USD CHF to move from range EQ to range high if the dollar breaks out. So I'm actually very tempted in taking a long position here on USD CHF based on this with that 4-hour candle close. I also see that beautiful long signal on USD CHF from yesterday. But the thing is here with USD CHF is the risk to reward here on a trade like this, if this is the bottom, is just quite insane, because we're looking for a move up here. We're looking at like a 7 to 8 or maybe 6 to 8 hour trade. Yeah, I think it's time to add a. I think it's time to add a long position on USD CHF. I do like the reaction here. I do like that we're putting in a higher low here in the 4-hour, and it looks like we might retest this level right here. I'm going to be adding a small position on USD CHF. Which is also a counter trade to the your USD long, and this is also based on the fact that the dollar currency index might break out. So sort of like a way for me to negate risk. started building a position here on USDCHF. It's just a very small position to start with, but if we break this high, then I'll be adding to this position if we break above that level right here, because that is the FTA and the neckline of this W pattern. We'll see what happens with that one. Small position, just risking a very tiny amount, I would say. Like 0.05%. So basically nothing. But that 0.05% turns into 0.3, 0.4% if TP is hit. It's all about risking insanely small amounts, like, you know, $25, $50, up to, $100 and $200. But when starting to build a position, I'm starting to build positions with $25 risk, $50 risk, and then those positions are going to compound up to perhaps, $200 risk, and then that $200 risk will be, around between, $200 risk for me on this account would be 0.12, somewhere between 0.12 and 0.1%. And in a scenario like this, for example, if I go full risk on this one, I might be up to 0.25% on that trade, and then it's a 5-hour trade, and I'll make 1.25%. But I'm starting with like nothing, when building the position. And the more confirmation I get with the position, then I'll start adding. Okay, you're in USDCHF and USDJPY. Let's take a look at USDJPY. Yeah, no, USDJPY. Glad I closed that one. I'm not liking this. There's some news coming out for the Japanese yen as well. I haven't really digested that, but obviously the market is not liking it. By the way, guys, every Thursday I'll be doing these longer live streams. We've been live almost 2.5 hours now. We're probably gonna do 3 hours today. So every Thursday I'll do longer live streams, and also every Thursday or every Friday I'm gonna do the private mentoring session for the community with the the new community that we're launching after the Black Week, after the Black Friday event. Let's take a look at some news, shall we? I have. Yeah, okay. Right, so it's Thursday, November the 21st. We got oh shit, we got unemployment claims coming out. Okay, that's a big one. That is definitely gonna maybe get me stopped out on a few position. Henry says you're holding a short on GBP NCD on the 4-hour. Let's take a quick look at that then. Not a good, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I like this. You know what? Like, I might actually join you on that one. Looks like it was a short signal as well. It was from this point, but I don't like the fact that it's holding the weekly support here, though. The weekly open as support. Yeah, I'm not gonna take a trade on that, but it makes sense. It definitely does make sense. Okay, we got USD unemployment claims at 2:30 today, and then tomorrow we have the GBP retail sales and all the manufacturing PMI coming out of the euro area, and the US as well as core retail sales for the Canadian dollar. So yeah, got a lot going on both today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day, of course. We got throughout the whole day we have manufacturing PMI. What is the currency strength meter telling us? JPY looking strong, probably because JPY is seen as sort of a safe haven asset. You know, when the market are just not market a bit risky, people usually go to the Japanese yen. At least historically, that's what we've seen. I'm gonna pull up TradingView again because I want to look at the VIX. We're probably gonna look at that. We're now seeing a move higher on the VIX, which a lot of people talk about this as a risk indicator. You know, a fear and greed index of sort with the VIX. And when the VIX rises, you'll see increased uncertainty in the market, and that's, I believe, what we're seeing right now as well. And maybe that's also because we have the unemployment numbers coming up today and then the manufacturing PMI numbers coming out tomorrow. I guess I'm just gonna take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, there we go. We're back. Let's see what we get here. Okay, GBP CAD breakdown is confirmed. We have a close in the 4 hour. We have a top being put in the 15 minutes. This is exactly what we want to see. See the close in the 4 hour, and the candle continues to move lower. We got the I believe that I will now start adding to this position, and I will be thinking about planning a potential move of the stop loss lower as well. And so I'm going to secure the position with the previous setups. I'm going to be adding a position on GBP CAD. So I viewed the breakout as confirmed at this stage. I'm using the same stop loss for this new trade. I am not going to do much changes to the position until we break these lows right here. Be using the same stop loss to calculate the risk as before. Same TP as well. This position will be a 2R. And the next position I will be adding will be same risk, but most likely much higher risk reward, because then the movie stops down, and I'll show you the risk, the trade management of that one. That's the original stop loss right there. And this will be the new stop loss. Means I'll move stop loss down on current positions to this level right here. And then I'll be entering on the break lower, which means the risk to reward on the next trade will be 3.5. So it's going to be the entry was around this area. So the stop loss on the first position, so I got 2.5R, and then a new position with 2R. So that one is going to be 2.5R, then the other position is going to be 2R, and then this position will be 3.4R. So in total of this trade, if it works out, I'll probably make about 4 or 5R if I'm going to be adding to the downside. That's the idea on GBP CAD. I'll put an alert down here. Obviously, if we break this low, then I'll be looking to add to this position, and the stop loss is going to be up here based on the daily breakout point. I mean the 1 hour daily, the 1 hour breakout point is what I'm trying to say. At this point, it does look highly likely that your USD is going to stop me out. No, Henry, I'm not going to close the trades before the news tomorrow. Because I'm trading a bigger picture move here. I'm hoping that the news will actually be the catalyst. Like, so for the Euro USD trade and the Euro GBP trade, I'm actually betting on the news tomorrow to be the catalyst that will take us higher. Now, if the news is not the catalyst that takes us higher, it's going to be the catalyst that takes out my stop loss, but that will also be the catalyst for me to flip short on Euro USD. We are, of course, seeing a very weak... Changing this one. Give me a second. We're obviously right now seeing a very weak pound. GBP USD moving lower, GBP AUD moving lower, GBP CAD moving lower, GBP NCD kind of moving lower, GBP NCD moving lower, but Euro GBP is not moving higher, which means that the weakness in the euro is stronger than the weakness in the pound, basically. And you can see this by Euro USD moving lower, Euro GBP moving lower, Euro AUD breaking down. It's actually breaking the low from November, beginning of November. So there's a lot of weakness in the euro, obviously. Euro CAD also breaking down, and Euro CHF, of course, also breaking down. Hoping that we'll find a bottom for the euro following tomorrow's news releases. So far, GBP CAD is what is holding the portfolio up. You never know. You never know what might happen. Obviously, the beginning of the month, I added quite a few. I entered quite a few good long positions. A good couple of runners. And obviously, I don't want to give all of that back, which I don't think will happen though, because one of these trades are most likely going to start moving in my direction, because they're not. Some of them are inverse correlated to each other, like USD CHF, for example. I'm in along on USD CHF. This trade, if Euro USD is going to stop me out and we're getting that breakout on the dollar, well, then USD CHF might move quite nicely. And this is a 7-hour trade, which I will start adding to. So that's probably going to pay for a lot of that losses on Euro USD. And then I'll start shorting Euro USD as well if we get that breakout on the dollar currency index. So it's all about, for me now, going into next year and kind of ending this year, is all about letting my bias play out. And that bias, as you know, is the correlation between dollar strength and the S&P 500. So basically seeing a possible risk off and risk on scenario at the same time, leading up to the election ending around the end of December, which has actually been my idea all along. So if I get stopped on the Euro USD, it's going to be like, at that point, I'm probably going to feel like, why didn't I just follow along with my overall bias? But I see Euro USD as being in a support level where it's just too good to ignore. If you look at the weekly on Euro USD, this level is, this level on Euro USD, and given the fact that the dollar currency index is at resistance, sure, if we get a breakout on the dollar, I'll be stopped at, but the risk to reward here is just too good to ignore, basically. See what happens on Bitcoin. We'll be doing a crypto list here as well. I think this is the last resistance before 100k on Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if we get rejected at like 99,000 or something like that, then have a major retrace. But yeah. I think a lot of people will be selling at 100k. I think a lot of people will be buying at 100k. I think the volatility around and above 100k will be quite extreme for Bitcoin. Quite exciting. It's just insane. I remember buying Bitcoin around 4,000 first times, and to think that we're trading at 100,000 now is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I ended the poll. 35 people voted. 82% forex, 17% crypto. So that's good. That's good to know. Good to know that where the focus should be on the channel. Right, so let's look at the Euro GBP. Trying to figure out when and where would I be adding to this position. I don't think it's going to be above here. That would really confirm that that was the liquidity grab right there. And then we have a move like this. This is where I want to add to that position. Daily. We're going to Euro USD. Where would I... Oh, earn small profit on that one at least. Where do I want to add this position? Yeah, that's definitely going to be on when we break and retest the range highs right here. GBP CAD. So let's go in here and right here, add to position. We'll do the same on Euro GBP. We have GBP CAD. When will I be adding to this position? Position we will be adding on down here. Once it just ticks below. So I'm writing here add to position and limit losses. GBP CAD. And then what do we have left? We got USD CHF. When will I add to this position? I want to add up here, right? Add to position and limit losses. And then the other position we have open is the S&P 500 long. And I'll be putting an alert here saying add to position and limit losses. Basically, limit losses basically means moving stops up. So for this one, if we reclaim that level, I'll add to the position and then move stops to entry, and the new stop loss for the new position will be the entry of the previous position. Okay, guys, I think I'm finally done for the day. I think it's not going to be, I'm not going to be doing much more trading today. I'm probably going to be adding, I think the biggest possibility of doing, like the next thing for me to do would be perhaps to add to the S&P 500 long if we start reclaiming that level, and then managing the GBP CAD trade, and perhaps also flipping short on Euro USD when I should probably say when I get stopped out, because I do think that it's highly likely that I'll be stopped out on Euro USD, which and also I think it's highly likely that I'll be stopped out on Euro GBP. Then I'll be looking at, you know, opportunities to flip that and go with the prevailing dollar strength that we're probably going to be seeing at that point. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for joining today. Been a great live stream. Had a lot of good questions, a lot of good engagement, and a lot of you in here as well. So I do hope you like these live streams. I quite like them. I quite like being able to just, you know, share everything that I do and just have a, you know, invite you guys to my daily trading routine and my daily updates on the markets and what I'm seeing. For those of you who are not in the Telegram channel, make sure you go in and join the Telegram channel where I will do all the updates on everything that I'm doing here. If I get stopped out, I'll update you. If I add to the position, I will update you. If I move stop loss and all that, I will make sure that I update you. But more importantly, I'll give you the overall idea of the trades that I'm trading and the overall bias for the trades that I'm trading. All right, guys. Thanks. And I hope to see you all next week for the Black Friday trading event. All right. That's it, guys. Take care. And see you all next time.